Yeah. What's going on in the world today? People fighting, feuding, looting. It's okay. Let it go. Let it flow. Let the good times roll. Tell 'em, Mikey. It ain't nothing but gaming. Mad Mikey Gaming. G'day all you mad gamers. I'm Mad Mikey. I come from the land down under. And in today's Gaming News Opinions, the show where I just randomly take a couple bits of news that are out there on the various outlets out there on the interwebs, and I give my opinions basically on what they are. Let it be known, I have no affiliation with anybody. No one pays me for these crazy opinions. Look, I could be wrong on a couple of things, but guys, that's what the comment section is down for below. Also, you can check me over at Mad Mikey Gaming over on YouTube and on Twitter and on Instagram. But don't forget, Twitter's only got one E in the Mikey, where the rest are double E's, very much like it is here on YouTube. There's only a few little small things, but there's one that's really got me boiling today. And it is the fact that pre-ordering games is stupid. It's finally got into my thick head after various news outlets and personalities have been saying, don't pre-order games, it's silly, it's stupid, no one's winning. It's finally come to it. I've been sort of more or less doing this over the last couple of months, just really where established franchises of games that I actually really enjoy that come with sort of your statues and your really good collector's edition. It doesn't necessarily have to come with the season pass, but we're going to get to that right now with those sorts of things. But basically, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, which was a pre-order exclusive. Hear that word? Exclusive. Has been doing the rounds on the internet saying that there is going to be a physical copy coming out soon. Now, it was there was a screenshot or something like that over on a Gamefly. It has since obviously been pulled down, but it was showing a physical release of the remastered edition of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, which came with last year's Call of Duty game. Now, this is the reason why you should not pre-order, because this is what they sucked in everybody with. They were like, you need to pre-order this game so that you can get this remastered game. Now, a lot of people actually bought this year's Call of Duty just so that they could get their hands on Modern Warfare 4, which is probably in a lot of people's hearts one of the best Call of Duty games there are out there. They've obviously brought out a couple of good ones after that, but to have a remastered 2-for-1 sort of deal, not that it was really priced as one game, but you know what I'm getting at. And companies are doing this more and more and more. Like more recently, Halo Wars 2, which if you pre-order the game, you get a free copy of Halo Wars. But now there's rumors going around with that too, that they're bringing out a physical copy of the remade Halo Wars in a physical edition. This isn't cool. Like for collectors like myself, very obviously there's a lot of people out there. You sort of buy these on the pretense that you are getting something exclusive that you can only get if you pre-order it, and then they're sort of just saying, well, you know, you can buy it now. So if you missed out on it, buy it now. So they don't care. They've got their money. And this is where game developers are becoming really greedy. Just another sort of thing in terms of pre-orders and collector's editions. I didn't actually get the collector's edition of Horizon Zero Dawn when it came out earlier this year. Just basically on the fact that, I mean, the statue looked cool. Everything looked awesome on there. But I didn't know anything about this world. I was not going to buy into the hype. Is that worth it now? Yes, that is a terrific game. I've heard nothing but good things. I've only played a little bit of it because a lot of other games have sort of come along, but I do fully intend on getting back into it. But more to the fact that I have no investment in that world, and you want me to plonk down $300 for a collector's edition which looks cool, basically. And if you watch my shit I'll probably never play, you can see that I've got a crap load of statues back there. Some of them are from new franchises, some of them are from older franchises, but I got burnt with Watch Dogs, bought into the hype of that one. And that's sort of where my decline of actually buying those new franchise collector's editions, because I did end up really enjoying Watch Dogs 1. Watch Dogs 2, that's a completely different story. I got the San Francisco one of that. But yeah, I'd really love to know your opinions, because this is obviously just my opinion. That's what the comment sections and everything are for below. Moving on to sort of other sort of DLC kind of news, just something that I'm not really that crazy about. Legend of Zelda, the Breath of the Wild's first expansion pack has been announced. They've sort of given all the details of it. I'll just briefly go over it now. So what you're going to be getting is Trial of the Sword. That's like a horde mode where you get to a certain sacred location. You can take on this new Trial of the Sword challenge. Face an onslaught of enemies, one wave after another. Link starts the challenge without any equipment or weapons. When all the enemies in a room are defeated, Link proceeds to the next. Clear all the trials, about 45 rooms in total. Like, I mean, that's pretty cool. And the true power of the Master Sword awakens. There's a hard mode in case you're finding the combat too easy. So hard mode, enemies gradually regain health, so take them out as quickly as possible. All enemies are also powered up by one level. For example, red Bokolins in normal mode are now blue Bokolins. Enemies can also have higher maximum levels than they would in normal mode. Look up and you may also find enemies and treasure chests in the sky. Those wondering about the aesthetics, there will be new armor and traps in the series from the series history, including a replica of Majora's Mask, the triangle outfit, Korok mask, which shakes whenever Link is near a hidden Korok location. There's also an awesome little map thing on there where it actually shows you where you've gone over the last 200 hours, which is really cool. So if you're looking for those hard to miss spots, or you're sort of looking for something and you can't find it, you can sort of retrace your tracks and see where you've actually been. So you can be like, oh, I didn't go there, I didn't look there, maybe it might be there. Yeah, Phil Spencer sort of touched on this the other day, and it did sort of spark a bit of controversy where he sort of bagged Breath of the Wild a bit. And he sort of said that it doesn't really have any content to bring back the player into after they've completed the sort of 65-hour game that they've invested so much time in. And a lot of people were sort of backchatting and everything. And to be honest, by the sounds of it, a lot of this stuff should have been in the original game. I mean, the dungeons and the horde modes and things like that, they're really cool, but they'd be a lot more cooler if there was multiplayer in there. And that's basically what sort of Phil Spencer was saying about Breath of the Wild. He's saying that multiplayer sort of brings back players into that world and can sort of enhance the whole game moving forward. I didn't buy the season pass. I wasn't too chuffed about it. I don't like the fact that a lot of people sort of announce these season passes without announcing those things. But a lot of these masks sort of make it easy for you to find things. So it might be actually really good for players who are stuck and want to sort of complete the whole game. Obviously, the Koroko mask can help you find all those seeds so that you can get the maximum of everything on there. But to me, that's something that should have been in the game. When it comes to season passes and expansion passes, I just think that it should be more than a lot of cosmetic stuff, although there is obviously your trials and the harder difficulty. But harder difficulty should be something, again, that should be in there. Again, my opinion. Sorry if you don't agree, but if you do agree, if you don't, comment below. And in the last bit of news for today, speaking about Phil Spencer, he's sort of made a comment out there. So Phil was actually asked whether we'd see a Fable 4 or not. Spencer replied on Twitter, obviously, nothing to announce right now, but I do think the IP has a lot of places it could go. Now, I absolutely love the Fable series. I've been a big fan of the Fable series, and I would love to see the Fable series move forward, because I don't know what they were thinking when they were making the last one, the Fable Legends or whatever it was. That was just the wrong move, and obviously it didn't pay off for Microsoft or the Lionhead guys. And Fable to me is just an epic RPG. I've played it since it first came out. I've loved it since it first came out. I wish that it would sort of mature a bit more with the players sort of moving forward. The fart jokes and everything, yeah, they're cute and everything, but I just wish that they'd bring out a game where it was like full voice acting. just sort of was a bit more in line with a lot more of the Western RPGs these days, because the combat is simple, but it's fun. And what they did with Lionhead, I think it was, what's his name? Oh, that crazy guy that used to run the place. Oh, it's escaped me right now. But he said that he'd wished that they'd gone ahead with a Fable 4 instead of mucking around with this Fable Legends. There was also the Kinect game that came out that did no good for the series at all as well. But I really hope that they do sort of revisit the Fable franchise. Maybe give it to Rare. I read somebody sort of say online that would be a really cool idea, because Rare really make those. It is a Rare game sort of thing. It's really cool. That is it for today, guys. Remember, these are all just my opinions. If you've got some of your own or you disagree with me, please don't hesitate to, as I said, go down to the comment section and say hi to me. So, guys, we'll see you on Thursday for another edition of the Gaming News Opinions. Friday, we will be doing... I don't foresee there being a shit I'll probably never play, but I am delving into the world of streaming a bit more often these days. So where there might not be shit I'll never plays or something to sort of talk about, I'll stream. I'll sort of put it out there on the social medias and let you guys know, because I'm having a lot of fun out there with that, guys. But until next time, next Thursday, I will wish you happy gaming, and I hope you have a fantastic day, mad gamers. Bye.